What is up, everyone? My name is Andrew, and I'm bringing you another one-on-one with the Cinephile, simply because the wife doesn't like this movie. So here we go.
Bam bam, mon ça se passe, j'ai sur mon lit à bouffer sa langue en buvant grand mon whisky. Quant à moi, peu dormi, vie débris, mais j'ai dû dormir dans la gouttière où j'ai eu un flash. En 4 couleurs. Allez hop, un matin, une louloute est venue chez moi, poupée de cellophane, cheveux chinois, un sparadrap, une gueule de bois. A bu ma bière dans un grand verre.
Hello once again. I am back from my usual hiatus, and I'm here to bring you a quick review on Super Troopers 2. So Super Troopers 2 stars the original guys from the Broken Lizard group as their respective characters from the original, and they are given an opportunity to be troopers yet again. You might remember from the original film how they were police officers. This didn't turn out so well, and they are not cops anymore at the beginning of this movie. They will explain all of that in the movie, so don't worry about that. It turns out that a portion of Canada is still owned by the state of Vermont. So to make sure that the proceedings go smoothly, the mayor decides to hire the troopers to be troopers again. The proceedings will take about a week's time to fill out the paperwork, etc., and it is the troopers' job to acclimate the Canadian town to American culture and lifestyle. Most of this comedy revolves around how mean the Canadians are to the Americans because, we Americans have that idea in our head that Canadians are always, super nice and stuff like that. That's not always the case, and clearly it's not the case in this movie. It turns out that a couple of the troopers stumble on some illegal drugs. They stumble on counterfeit weapons and counterfeit iPhones. Jokingly, they make the statement of iPhones. So now it's up to the troopers to crack the case before all of these legal proceedings happen in a week's time. Let me go ahead and say right now how much I really enjoyed this movie. Maybe it's because the entire audience was just laughing their heads off. Maybe it's because 3/4 of the audience is probably high as shit because we watched this on 420. But this was so good, and this is so different from the original, I actually got a little upset by it. That's one of my pet peeves about this. I would have been okay with seeing a movie that followed the exact same beats as the original, because I loved how funny the original was. This movie is very, very different. The dialogue is great. The jokes are hilarious, and it's not one of those Judd Apatow, Adam McKay type things where they just keep shooting the scene over and over again and whatever was the funniest piece of dialogue stuck in the movie. It feels to me like these guys wrote the jokes in the script so the script could flow as smoothly as possible. Of course, I'm saying this because the guys who starred in the film also wrote it. So naturally, the jokes they're going to write are going to land in the film because they wrote it. They know what they wrote and how they wrote it, so it's going to hit right in the film. So I love that. It's a breath of fresh air. These guys feel like classic National Lampoon before they were parodies of themselves. I feel if these guys have enough backing and enough capital, they could make some decent low-budget comedy films that everyone could actually love. The last thing I'm going to say is this. If you love the original, you're going to love this movie. If you did not like the original, there's a good chance you're not going to like this movie. Simple enough. Anyway, guys, I love Super Troopers. Go see it. Tell me what you think. Tell me in the comments below. My name is Andrew, and this has been another one-on-one with the Cinephile.
Grand verre en caoutchouc, comme un indien dans son igloo. Ça plane pour moi, ça plane pour moi, ça plane pour moi, moi, ça plane pour moi. Ça plane pour moi. Allez hop, la nana, quelle panard, quelle vibration de s'envoyer sur paillasson, lit, mais ruiné, vidé.
I'm going to go work out.